Hi everyone, welcome back to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Hannah to quickly go through our anime disclaimers.
Yes, because you'll need them just in case you don't want sensitive ears listening. But yeah, this is fair warning, a podcast that we're going to be talking about there's going to be language, there's going to be cursing because we're drinking, there's going to be drinks. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
What kind of fucking language
rude.
is happening in
this
here?
This is bullshit. I know.
It's a family
I'm
show.
So sorry.
Please don't watch this with your family.
Yeah, don't do it.
Watch it in private.
With the door closed and locked. But yeah, so there's going to be language. There's probably going to be some sexy talk in here.
Some adult themes.
Definitely a lot of adult themes. And that ranges
references
from,
to sexuality.
Yes, sexy sex time and daddies. Lots of daddies.
So many daddies. All the daddies with an I-E-S. Daddies.
Daddies.
Probably some dark elements. Some things that might be uncomfortable. Death.
Sex, violence, drug use.
Mm-hmm. Heavy themes.
We're gonna talk about it all. So if you're a little sensitive about those subjects, please just be aware that it's to your discretion, and don't come at us for watching in dub. Okay?
Mostly don't come at us for that because we are Baka Bitches and we are not reading subtitles.
We are not. Maybe on our own time, but this is podcast time, and we gotta go with the English. We gotta go with the English so we absorb it all.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
I know our drinks, so we're good.
Oh, damn it. We weren't recording. Now we are. High five. Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome to Baka Bitches.
And I'm Stephanie.
We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime twice over now.
Even if we talk about it a second time. Apparently. Hannah.
My bad.
This is not a pointed comment, but it is.
It's
Hannah.
a judgment. Listen, I made you laugh really hard last time.
But I'm not going to laugh at all the same points now. It's going to be forced. It's not going to be natural.
No,
I'm just going to be like, Hannah, say the joke again.
Do it. Ha-ha. No, I'll make up new jokes on the fly, and you'll be like, ha-ha, like authentically.
Okay, perfect. I look forward to it.
Fantastic. So,
I got to reset all my timers, Hannah. I hope you're happy.
I'm not.
Continue,
Do you
Hannah.
know how many times I was yawning through the first one?
All right, so y'all, tonight we is drinking.
Yeah, we is drinking.
Straight up Martha's 99 Crime Chardonnay with a splash of cran juice in it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it ain't bad, you guys.
It's very good.
It's pretty refreshing.
So solid.
Considering that this Chardonnay's been open in my fridge for over a week and a half now.
And we drinking.
We're fine. It's gonna be fine. If we have massive explosive poops tomorrow, who knows where that comes from, but it's probably not the wine.
No, it's from something else.
Go on, Hannah. It's your turn now.
We are
Shine. Shine. We are paying any attention now. This is like the worst episode ever. Go, Hannah, go!
You son of a bitch!
It's like the time we spent that one weekend together all over again. It's gonna end up with Stephanie breaking down in tears. I'm sorry that I yelled at you, Hannah.
And I'm just over here laughing like, no, it's fine. It's cool.
I
love
like it.
Like any attention is good attention for me.
You're like a toddler.
Okay, anyways. Episode 13, you guys. This is called The Mystery of the New Moon and the Black-Haired Inuyasha. Actually, it's New Moon, but it's fine.
Okay.
But I like Moon better. Anyways, Inuyasha, Kagome, and Shippo save a girl named Nazuna from a group of spiderheads. And I sound like Captain Kirk. That one guy. What's his name?
Darth Vader. Were these in the same universe?
No. No.
C-3PO.
No.
R2-D2.
What is the name of the actor who played Captain Kirk?
Jabba the Hutt.
No. No. Fucking...
This didn't go any of the way that we recorded the episode
no.
when you weren't actually recording, Hannah.
I don't know why it was paused, to be honest.
That's weird. I only control my computer and I didn't know.
I don't know what happened.
No, I just have to drink this.
Yeah, you should absolutely be drinking that. No, what is his name for real? The Shatner. Yes. Okay, I'm good.
William Shatner.
Yes, William Shatner. I sound like him.
It's exactly what I was thinking. That's what came to mind. Hannah tonight sounds like William Shatner.
I did when I read that first
Continue, Will. No, please continue.
The priest of a nearby shrine
Uh-huh.
allows the three to stay.
Uh-huh.
With protection of sutras. After being attacked by spiderheads, Kagome and Shippo soon discover Inuyasha reverting into a human on the face of the new moon. It is learned that the priest is disguised as a spiderhead, as Inuyasha is vulnerable against him. At sunrise, Inuyasha destroys the spiderhead. And so anyways, we open the scene.
I couldn't even talk right now. I thought I was in the presence of William Shatner himself. William Shatz.
The Shatmeister.
I love a good Will Shatz.
Lord willing.
Anyway.
Okay, so the three of them, Inuyasha, Shippo, Kagome, on a buddy boat, down the river. They're going to collect some shards. And I guess in order to do that, they needed to do that by boat. And Shippo's seasick as fuck, hanging out the side of the boat. And Inuyasha's getting on to him like, how dare you call yourself a demon? If you're like puking and shit. That's kind of like when they see a girl more or less get kind of pushed off a cliff above them.
Yeah. She was like, hey, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Bye. Yeet. And she just...
Yeah, it was
she fell.
I mean, yeah, it felt pretty targeted.
Yeah, it was pretty targeted. Like, something pushed her off that cliff. And Inuyasha sees that. And with his quick cat-like, but he's actually a dog demon reflexes, ends up jumping out and catching her and landing ever so safely on the riverbank. And Kagome's just like, woohoo, nice catch. Because that's what she does. And the girl is just like, oh, thank you, at first, like, super kind of chill about it. And then she looks up and sees, like, fluffy doggo ears on him and proceeds to slap the shit out of Inuyasha. And is like, unhand me, you demon. And because of that, I guess Inuyasha loses his balance and they both fall into the river anyways, which makes the whole group park on the riverbed, build a little fire because everyone is just soaking wet.
I love a good soaking wet person.
Same. Like, how can you not, to be honest?
Yeah, they are the most saturated people.
They're quite moist.
Do you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm drunk. I am not that drunk for wordplay.
But drunk enough. Just enough.
To make it funny.
Absolutely. So, this girl proceeds
This
bitch coming up in here, slapping the crap out of Inuyasha and, like, telling Shippo to shut up because, you know, they're demons and whatnot. And she proceeds to tell them her story of how she used to live in a village and it was all nice until the spider heads attacked and more or less murdered everyone and her parents. And, you know, she gets the PTSD and the trauma from that, but no therapy because they don't have that back then. Mm-hmm. They didn't have that in that era, which, you know, kind of like not really thinking good on feudal Japan's part. And so she's like, yeah, these spider heads is what we call them, have been really like fucking shit up. And it's bad, you know. And she's more or less kind of like, I wouldn't say begging, but she kind of wants the problem dealt with.
I mean, understood. We want to see results.
Yeah. Which
don't just tell me about them. Make it happen, Cap'n.
Make it happen. Mm-hmm. And Inuyasha's just like, nah, brah, I don't really want to, like, fix your shit. It's your problem. You deal with it. Which is also kind of fair because he literally rescued her and she just slapped him. So, you know, I think that's fair. Like, to not want to help someone again with something much more serious. And so, she is kind of like, okay, fine. Well, like, take me to the temple that is, you know, my new homestead. And, like, Inuyasha's like, okay, but I really kind of want to get out of here. And Kagome's like, no, we should stay. We'll just stay the night. Mm-hmm. You know, rest up. It's valid. And Inuyasha's kind of doesn't want to do that, but he kind of goes with it. And they get to the shrine, and the sun is setting. And that's very important. It's very important, you guys.
Before he turns into a full-blown yokai.
Oh, yeah, that's what happens. And they meet with this monk that comes out, and Nazuna runs up to him and is like, Master, I missed you. And the monk is like, yeah, you know, missed you too. Great, get out of the way.
Yeah, as monks do.
As monks do. And, you know, tells them like, oh, thank you for rescuing her. It's been hard, you know, for her. She doesn't have much trust in people because of what happened, and especially doesn't trust demons because, you know, demons killed her parents. And
that's so fair, bruh.
It's fair, I guess, but, like, also, like, spider demons versus, like, daddy demons. Like, there's a difference, okay? And she clearly doesn't understand that Maybe she will when she's older. I don't know. So, the monk is just like, you know what, Nazuna, like, we're gonna let them stay in the shrine, and you go make them a meal, because they saved you. So go make them a meal. We'll keep them put up for the night. And Nazuna's just like, okay, fine, whatever. Like a teenager. Teenager be doing that. And Inuyasha, during the night's growing darker, is kind of like pouty, like, I really wanted to be on our way, and here we are, stuck here. And Shippo, Kagome, and even Miyoga are like all fatted up with a nice meal. They've got their rice, their fish, their I don't know, whatever else was made.
Assumingly some vegetables.
Assuming for sure. I mean, it's a very balanced meal for them. And they kind of talk a little bit like about Inuyasha being all standoffish and whatnot. And before you know it, they're surrounded by spider heads, which are these very gross humanoid spidery things. Like, they've got the limbs of a people, but they're like long and kind of segmented-ish, like a spider. It's very gross. I don't know. It's gross.
Yeah, I do hate when that comes at me during my nightmare fuel.
Same. Same, and that is absolutely nightmare fuel. And they're spraying their webby stuff like from their mouths, which is like extra gross. And like just kind of covering the group a little bit, and especially Inuyasha. And luckily, Shippo uses his foxfire stuff to kind of keep them a little bit at bay, but it really doesn't affect them much. And Inuyasha tries to fight him away with Tetsaiga, but Tetsaiga is just staying in its rusty, brittle, chippy sword form instead of the nice big ol' thickums sword that he usually gets.
Sure, I like both swords.
Yeah.
I'm here for whatever.
Variety is the spice of life, right?
Yes. Okay.
And he's using this Tetsaiga to kind of cut away at some of this stuff, but it's not really working. And Inuyasha noticed, well, not Inuyasha, but Kagome notices. And it's like, why isn't Tetsaiga transforming? This is weird. And they decide to pull Inuyasha away and go kind of in the woods surrounding the shrine. And, like, Inuyasha's just covered in webs. And they pull the webs off of him, and lo and behold, he's got no doggy ears.
Dun, dun, dun.
And his hair that was once silvery and pretty
is now black
as fuck.
Oh, okay.
Like,
also that.
Yeah, like it's jet black. It is like fell into an inkwell black.
Mm-hmm.
And Kagome
Hannah doesn't like black hair.
Wait, what?
What?
Huh?
What?
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 No, I love black hair.
Oh, okay.
I love it so much.
Okay.
Just not on my half demons.
Just not on my half demon daddies.
I'm
That's
very
all.
particular. So, and Kagome notices. She's like, "What the fuck, mate?"
I mean, good for her.
She notices such a
the
big
most
difference.
obvious thing in the world.
Absolutely. But she notices, and good for her. Who can say that now? Who can say that these days, that they're observant like that? We can't. That's a different story. So she's like, holy shit, what happened to you? And Myoga, because he knows everything, he's like, yes, this happens once a month because of the new moon. And, our dog boy follows that. So new moon means he's just full-ass human for a whole night. And, like, what a time to be a full-ass human when you're surrounded by spider heads. Like, very inconvenient, but that also makes sense as to why Inuyasha just wanted to just continue down the river. Of course, I would assume that going down the river, they'd probably run up to something anyways. They'd encounter something that's just as bad. But here they are at this shrine with the spiders. And
that sounds like my literal, like, all the nightmares in my dreams come true.
Yeah.
A shrine with all the spiders.
Yeah. And they're not like even the little bitty ones. They're like literally human sized, if not bigger.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
just a spider shrine.
Yeah, like a shrine to spiders, but not really.
Okay.
And at that point, Mizuno had seen all the kerfuffles and like opens her quote unquote master or the monk of the shrine's, like, I don't know, place that he sleeps, and sees that he's like down and like covered in webs, and she's like, shit, they got you, mate.
Dun dun dun.
And she's like, oh no, master, this sucks. And she runs off because that's what you do. You just say that sucks and you run off. It's like, fair.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Hashtag anime logic.
Your master / monk has been covered in spider webs. So naturally, you just say, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I would too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even need spider webs. Just done. Done. I don't need it. And so she runs off, ends up meeting everyone else at their hiding spot. So like Kagome, human Inuyasha, Shippo, Myoga. And she runs into him and is like, oh shit, Inuyasha, you be different. Did you do something with your hair? And Inuyasha's just like, yeah, no shit. Like, I'm human now. Hey. And they more or less, well, Nirvana or whatever her name is.
Nirvana?
I can't remember.
Literal ecstasy amongst the spiders.
Or a grunge band from the 90s. Depends on which way you go.
Amongst the spiders.
Yeah. Nirvana amongst the spiders.
Yes.
She's like, yeah, so my master's down there, and I need you guys to save them. Perhaps your demon doggo would be able to do the thing. And Inuyasha's like, well, demon doggo is more like human doggo, so can't do anything. And she's like, well, what good are you? All right, cool, fine, whatever. And, well, I'm not really, I don't think she said that, but that's my interpretation. And, so Inuyasha, being who he is just like, okay, fine. I'll do the thing. The rests Tetsaiga into Kagome's hand and is just like, here, you use this if anything happens, but I'll go down and face all the spider heads because that's what you women want. You want the man to go and squish the bugs. so I'm gonna do it. And Kagome's like, are you sure you can do that? Like, you can really, like, do the thing? And he's like, yeah, like, even though I'm human, I have more power than you think, or whatever, like, typical man, blah, blah, blah. And, so she's like, all right. And Inuyasha goes down to find the monk, and he does, and it turns out that the monk has actually been a spiderhead this whole time.
Egad.
Exactly, that is exactly what Inuyasha said too. Egad. And the monk ends up getting some of the Shikon jewels and, like, becomes more powerful, turns into, like, a fleshy spider man web thing. I really don't know how to explain this to you guys, but he turns into a flesh web with a... I don't know. It's gross. Just look it. Just watch it. Watch the episode. And he ends up capturing Inuyasha and then biting him and putting poison into Inuyasha's human-ass body. And that's when Kagome and Nefrita come in. And they see everything that happens, and Nazarene is, like, shocked that the monk is not who he says he was, and she's devastated. And they're seeing Inuyasha hanging by his, like, upside down by his foot, and the monk being like, I poisoned him. And Kagome is just like, no, you can't do that. And proceeds
Fucking
Kagome. Every time with this girl.
So logical.
Like, so, like...
Goody two-shoes.
Goody two-shoes, like, butting into problems, thinking she can make a difference, and, like...
I hate women like that.
I know, like...
Just know your place, woman.
Yeah, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
For real, I'm hungry.
And instead of making us sandwiches, she jumps in there with Tetsaiga and more or less, like, gets Inuyasha down from his entrapment. And they go running off to, like, the side room, and they close the door. And Miyoga's like, you just kind of shove the Tetsaiga into the door, and it should have enough power to create a barrier or blockade for a while. So that's what they do. They shove the Tetsaiga into the door, and that repels all of the spider heads, and giving them some time to rest. And Miyoga ends up sucking out some of Inuyasha's blood and turning into, like, almost as big as Shippo. Because he's attempting to suck out any of the poison from the spider head monk thing.
Also, we really love a good sucking.
Same, and he does it well.
Sucks his heart's content out.
He was swole from it. He swelled up.
Sucking the suck.
So he did the sucky suck, and he did it good.
Yeah. All we're saying is he was committed, and we appreciate that
we do.
Kind of dedication.
Especially Stephanie.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong.
I know.
You're gonna start the job, finish it.
Yeah, he did good, and Inuyasha. Miyoga's just like, okay, I have sucked up most of the poison, so it's up to Inuyasha to do the thing and like survive.
Mm.
And Navita is falling asleep, and so is Shippo and Miyoga, leaving Kagome and human Inuyasha to be like exploring their feelings a little bit. And Inuyasha's just like, Kagome, like,
this ain't it, fam. Your booty ain't popping enough. I don't know how to tell you, girl.
but like, damn, you disappointment. No. No, he's like, that time that I told you you smell like shit.
Jesus.
Actually, you smell real nice, and I
Oh my
like
God.
it. And she's like, that makes my heart to flutter. And he's like, yeah, I know. And then falls asleep. And she's like, well, now I'm confused. He likes how I smell. As he puts his head in her lap to sleep. And she's like, my heart is just pounding because he says I smell good. And I guess that lasts through the night. The sun is starting to rise up. Everything seems kind of quiet for now. And all of a sudden, like, bang, 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 bang. And like...
No, I didn't catch that. Do it again.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yes.
And like the walls are shaken, and not for fun reasons. Miyoka wakes up and is just like, oh, Spiderhead must be attempting to get at us again. And I mean, sure enough, that be right.
Mm-hmm.
And the monk Spiderhead breaks through, like, is able to shake the walls enough for Tetsaiga to like loosen and fall to the floor, and thus their defenses are down, over. And Spider Monk Man takes Inuyasha yet again and is just like, I have you now. And Inuyasha's just like, nah, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Guess again.
As he does.
As he do.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you sure about that? Like, hella cocky as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for that. I kind of like the cockiness.
Yeah, same. It's pretty sexy.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's good. It's good. I like that. It's very solid. And the sun is starting to rise, so naturally Inuyasha transforms. Like, he doesn't have Sailor Moon magical girl transformation times, but
That is a disappointment.
I know, truly needed that. I think that would have been fun. Next time. And he gets his hair back, his little doggy ears, and he is able to use Tetsaiga now, and uses that to do some slashy slash stuff, and more or less defeats the monk pretty easily, gets the monk all destroyed and shit, and the shards fall to the floor, except they're not in shards anymore. They had fused together to make part of the Shikon jewel as a little chunk.
A little chunky chunk.
And Inuyasha's like, oh, I thought we had more than that. And Kagome is with kind of like on my side, where I'm like, actually, that's quite a bit more than I thought you'd have. Like, it's like a third of the jewel.
Yeah.
And they're like, aight. So they grab that and then take Nezuko off to the river again. They're at the river again, at a riverbank. They dropped her off somewhere, and they're like, this good? And she's like, yeah, the nearest village is like that away, so I'll be good, thanks. And I'll be praying for you, Inuyasha. And Inuyasha's just like, whatever, dude, I don't care.
Yeah, because that pretty much goes away immediately.
Yeah, like he.
Is
Baka, bye.